Sure, sure. So a couple of things, and I'll start with the Lagora piece, and then we can go backtrack through the whole roadmap reference if that's helpful to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
With Lagora in particular, we've certainly been keeping our eye on, the legal AI assistant market. The firm was an early adopter of CoCounsel back in the case text days, continue to use that and get lots of value out of it in specific use cases. Earlier this year, we were starting to hear from more and more clients expressing an interest in the kinds of projects that Lagora and tools like it are really well suited for, and decided that the technology itself had matured enough that it made sense for us to take a look at. So there's lots of different ways to run a pilot. I'm sure you've heard all kinds of interesting stories from all of your friends in the market. But what we decided to do, because we wanted to move very, very quickly, we wanted to be decisive, we were confident that there was enough use, enough value in a subset of our practices to make it worth the investment. We were also confident that it would probably make it worth the investment across the entire organization. So we kicked off a head-to-head pilot of two platforms in August with a very small group. It was led by a group of 7 or 8 partners. Each of them had an associate buddy because there's different personas, right? Partners are going to do one kind of activity, associates are going to do other kinds of activity. We wanted them working together in partnership. In addition to that group, we had our head of legal training for our transactional practices. We had our diligence team. We have a dedicated diligence team. They were part of it, and then of course my K&I team. So together, we worked with both platforms. And I think what was really different for, at least for the Shepherd crew, was it's like this was a commitment, right? So they had to learn both platforms in quick succession. We had weekly huddles with the partner cohort. We had weekly huddles with the associate cohort. So everybody would talk freely, share best practices, raise questions, that kind of thing. We had weekly office hour sessions with each vendor. So that's now 2 meetings per week for the partners, 2 meetings per week for the associates, in addition to actually using both applications side by side. So they'd go through one exercise with one application, they'd go through the same exercise with a different application. So it was a pretty significant time commitment from these folks. So kicked that off in August, ran through the course of it, and by mid-October, we had made our decision in terms of that Lagora was the best fit for us. Both had strengths and challenges, the whole, it was a really close race, but, I think there were a handful of things that differentiated Lagora for our particular practices, and it's the best fit for us. And now we are in full-blown planning mode to be able to launch firm-wide and within each of our practices.